Mysteries have always fascinated us, haven't they? From ancient secrets to modern-day enigmas, the world is filled with stories that leave us scratching our heads. Some cases go cold, while others resurface with shocking new developments. In 2025, 5 cases still remain unsolved, capturing the curiosity of investigators and the public alike. Let's dive into the most perplexing unsolved mysteries of the year. The JonBenet Ramsey murder. It has been nearly 3 decades since the tragic murder of JonBenet Ramsey, yet her case still haunts America. In 1996, the 6-year-old beauty queen was found dead in the basement of her home in Boulder, Colorado. Despite investigations, theories, and countless speculations, no one has been officially charged with her murder. In 2025, investigators remain hopeful. Advanced DNA technology, including genetic genealogy, is being used to examine evidence that had never been tested before. Could this be the breakthrough needed to finally uncover the truth? JonBenet's father, John Ramsey, has been pushing for new forensic tests, believing that science will solve the case. The world is waiting, hoping that justice will finally be served for JonBenet. But as of now, the case remains unsolved, and the mystery lingers on. The Ramsey case isn't the only decades-old mystery still awaiting answers. Another tragic disappearance continues to puzzle authorities in Australia. The disappearance of the Beaumont children. One of Australia's oldest and most heartbreaking mysteries, the disappearance of Jane, age 9, Anna, age 7, and Grant Beaumont, age 4, has puzzled investigators for nearly 60 years. On January 26, 1966, the siblings went to Glenelg Beach in Adelaide and never returned home. Witnesses claimed to have seen them with an unidentified man, but no trace of the children was ever found. In early 2025, authorities began an excavation at a former factory site in North Plympton. This location was linked to a potential suspect, businessman Harry Phipps, whose own son claimed he had seen children being buried there. Could this finally be the break in the case? Unfortunately, despite efforts, no significant evidence has been found yet. As time moves on, so do the questions. Where did the Beaumont children go? Will their fate ever be known? The search for answers continues. While the Beaumont case is deeply tragic, the next mystery involves an entire family that disappeared under strange circumstances in the US. The Martin family disappearance. A quiet family road trip turned into one of the most baffling disappearances in history. In December 1958, Kenneth and Barbara Martin, along with their 3 daughters, vanished during a scenic drive along the Columbia River in Oregon. Their car was never found, their bodies never recovered, and no solid leads ever emerged. Then, in late 2024, a vehicle suspected to be the Martins was discovered submerged in the Columbia River. The discovery sparked a new wave of hope. Recovery efforts in 2025 retrieved parts of the car, now undergoing examination in the Oregon State Crime Lab. But was this really the Martins' vehicle? And if so, what happened to them? The mystery remains, leaving many unanswered questions. Could we be closer to solving a case that has haunted Oregon for over 6 decades? Only time will tell. As investigators try to unravel the Martin family's fate, another case, equally haunting, is undergoing new forensic testing in Massachusetts. The murder of Molly Bish. In 2000, 16-year-old Molly Bish vanished from her lifeguard post at Commons Pond in Warren, Massachusetts. 3 years later, her remains were discovered in a wooded area nearby. Despite years of investigation, no one has been arrested for her murder. In recent years, investigators identified a convicted sex offender, Francis P. Sumner Sr., as a person of interest. Though he died in 2016, authorities are re-examining old evidence using advanced DNA testing. As of 2025, these tests are ongoing, but no concrete answers have emerged. Molly's family continues to fight for justice, hoping that modern science will finally bring them closure. With advancements in forensic technology, many believe it's only a matter of time before we have a breakthrough. Until then, Molly's case remains one of the most haunting unsolved crimes in Massachusetts. While Molly Bish's case awaits answers, another long-standing case in the UK is making headlines once again. The Lady of the Hills. A case that puzzled authorities for years, the Lady of the Hills remained unidentified from 2004 until 2019. Her body was discovered in a stream near Pen y Ghent, North Yorkshire, England. Eventually, she was identified as Llamdwyn Armitage, a Thai woman who had been living in the UK with her British husband, David Armitage. But how did she die? And who was responsible? In February 2025, a major development occurred. David Armitage was arrested on suspicion of her murder. However, he was later released on conditional bail and the case remains open. Investigators are now working tirelessly to gather more evidence, hoping to finally solve the mystery. Some believe Llamdwyn may have been the victim of domestic violence, while others suggest she may have met someone else before her tragic death. However, without solid proof, speculation continues. Could new forensic techniques help determine what really happened to her? The discovery of her identity was a step forward, but without a definitive answer, her case remains one of the most haunting, unsolved mysteries of recent years. Mysteries like these remind us how much of the past remains hidden. With new technologies and persistent investigations, we might be closer than ever to finding the truth. But until then, these stories continue to intrigue and haunt us. Which of these mysteries interested you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.